Well, well, well. Here I am standing in front of my closet again, which can only mean one thing. We're doing some more organizing. And you might be thinking, like, didn't we just do this? How can you possibly be needing to do this again? I really don't. This is not a deep clean out purge situation. I just like to do a check-in with myself and my wardrobe every few months, usually with the changeover of the seasons, to make sure that the setup is working for me, to make sure that what I have is working for me, to remove anything that doesn't fit, anything that needs to be fixed, all of that good stuff. So my main priorities today are to one, move out the rest of the fall and winter clothing that is still in here in June. It's been so busy, I have not had time to get to this. So yeah, we gotta take out the cold weather things and bring out the last couple of warm weather items that I haven't yet. Two, we're gonna check in on my Purgatory box. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'll explain it when we get to it. And then I guess the last thing would be see if there's any reorganizing or decluttering that we need to do. I don't think there's gonna be too many items I'm getting rid of, but there's often a couple, right? This is why we do those check-ins, just so that we're gradually removing things rather than waiting for it all to build up and having to do a huge purge. That's just not sustainable. That's not how we roll here. So, and this is also a good opportunity, so I guess this would be number 4, to check in with the wardrobe planning checklist that we made at the beginning of the year. I will link those 2 videos down below if you haven't seen them and would like to. I really wish I had a pocket here because I don't know what to do with this. Hold on. Well, that looks terribly stupid, but I think it's gonna have to be clipped to my boob. All right, that's what we're doing. Before I start pulling things out, let me just give you a brief overview of the system I've got going right now. So this is actually all of my like springtime stuff. I've put away the heaviest of the winter sweaters a while back, probably in March. And I have to say, for the first time in a while, I have not felt overwhelmed by that middle ground of spring weather clothing where there's a lot of cold weather and warm weather things out at the same time. Usually I feel kind of overwhelmed during the spring because that's when the most clothing is out. Same with the fall. The most things are out because there's such variability in the weather. But I feel like I'm at a really good place right now where I did not feel overwhelmed. I felt like there was enough clothing and not too much. So the setup I have right now is really working for me. I don't think I'm going to change too much, if anything. At the top here, I did move in my, I don't really have a name for it, but it's like the for the future box. Things that I don't want to part with because I still like them, but I'm not going to wear right now for whatever reason. Maybe it just doesn't quite feel like my style. Maybe it doesn't fit quite right, but I could see myself potentially wanting to wear it later. And some of you might think, why not just get rid of it if you're not using it now? But I do not like to be super hasty about my decluttering. 1, that leads to regret sometimes, and 2, sometimes my style changes a little bit, sometimes my body changes a little bit. It's gonna continue to change. And my goal here is to get as much use as possible out of my clothing and also to save money. If I get rid of something and then realize a year or 2 later, oh wait, I actually do want to wear that thing now, either I'm gonna have to spend money to replace it or live with the loss, and this is a way to avoid that. As you can see, it's a fairly small box. I'm not hoarding a ton of items, so if the box is full, then I have to go and take something out to fit something else in. So if it fits in the box, it's fine. Up here are my tall black boots, and then the tower here in the middle I was using for sweaters during the winter. During the summer, obviously I don't need as many sweaters out, so I gotta figure out how we're gonna repurpose that storage in the summer. And then down at the bottom, winter storage in the green box down there, and my Purgatory box on the other side of the tower. And like I said, mixture of clothing that is kind of spring weather appropriate. The thing that I get hung up on is this back portion of the closet, like from the door frame back, because it's so out of sight, out of mind. So I try to put stuff that I don't need as frequently or maybe won't fit in the storage box. So anyway, that's kind of the setup I've got going right now. Before I start pulling out all of the winter weather stuff, I want to take a look at the Purgatory box first. Let's do that. This guy right here. Technically, some of these things are not in Purgatory. I just was a little bit on the fence about whether or not I wanted to wear them this season or whether or not they needed to be reorganized. So some of these are not necessarily in Purgatory. They just kind of were a big question mark for some other reason. So let's take a look. I just thrifted this skirt. It's Sondaflor and it was $13, which is awesome. This feels very Christmassy to me, so this can get set aside for winter things. This top I've been hanging on to because it's a perfect Renfaire top, but I don't think I need it. It's just, you know, the lace up front and it's got a nice bell sleeve, but I don't know, I've never once been like, oh man, where's that top? Because I have a different black bell sleeve top that I like better. You know what I think it is with tops that have the lace up in them? I prefer the lace up feature to be on some kind of like bodice or corset over top of an underlayer that does not also have lace up, because then you have double lace up happening, and I don't think I like that. So I don't need this, but I have some friends that might like it. I've had this in the box for at least 9 months. I think it's safe to part with this. This one I'm on the fence about because it is a little bit shorter than I typically like my dresses, and it's a little bit small across the chest because I did an alteration to it that I then later had to go back and fix because I did a bad job. And in the process of fixing my bad alteration, it took away a little bit of fabric across the chest. So it fits a little bit snug there. Like if I wear more of a sports bra and flatten myself out, it'll fit a little better. So I do think I will bring this back out for the summer because it's really cute. I do still really like it. I've had this for, gosh, when did I get this? Like 2012? I've had this for so long and I still really like this dress. I altered these last summer after they were sitting in my alteration pile for forever, but I'm not sure that I like them enough to keep them. I just don't like wearing shorts. They are practical, but I don't feel that comfortable or like myself. And it's not a discomfort of not liking the way I look in them or my body in them. I think it's that I don't like that much of my leg exposed. Like it does not feel comfortable to have my leg exposed to the elements. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I much prefer a longer dress or just pants. Like longer dresses and skirts are really comfortable for me right now. I have 3 other pairs of denim shorts I need to try on. You know what? I'm just gonna make a pile of the denim shorts to try on because I'm not sure. We'll come back to that later. What is this? Oh, dang it. I meant to wear this during the spring and I didn't get around to it and now it's too hot. It has become extremely hot very early. Usually June is like too hot for me personally, but you know, like in the 80s. So we'll have some nice days, some really hot days. It's already hitting the mid 90s and I am unwell. I didn't get a chance to wear this when it was cool enough because I didn't get around to my seasonal switchover in time. That's a shame. You know what though? I am gonna hang this up just in case we get a nice day that I can wear it because I do want to keep it. I think it's really cool. Maybe belted over top of a pair of slim fit trousers or like another long skirt. Oh, this one's hard for me. If you've been around this channel for more than 2 years, you know I have loved this skirt so much. I love the color pink. I don't wear it a lot, but I do love the color pink. I think this material just doesn't really suit my life right now. But what if I need something a little dressier? You know what? I am not ready to part with this yet. I think I will keep this in the Purgatory box. It's only been there for a couple months since I swapped out my first round of winter stuff back in March. It's only been there for a couple months, so I'm not gonna make a decision on this yet because I do still like it. And just in case I find myself needing to go to some kind of dressier thing, this might be useful. This, however, this hurts me. If you guys were here back in the fall, you might remember that I could not part with this, even though I was parting with other brightly colored things in my wardrobe because I just don't wear a lot of bright colors. I was not ready to part with this yet. I think I am now. I still think it's the cutest thing ever. Oh my gosh, this shirt is so cute. I look really cute in it, but I don't think it really represents me anymore. It does just feel a little bit too girlish, which is not bad. If that were my style, then that I would wear it, but I don't think that is. It's so cute. It's so cute, but you must go on to bless someone else with your cuteness. This I think I just need to store with my winter things. Even though it's a tank top, I don't end up wearing this in the summer because it's velvet and it's a very deep fall winter color. So I end up usually just wearing this layered over a blouse. Works really well for a Christmassy look, so this just needs to get put with the winter things. This one I have no idea what to do with. I have no idea what to do with you and this top. I am on the fence with what to do with them because I like them both a lot. I think they're really cool, but they do straddle that line between costume and everyday wear for me. So just like the pink skirt, these two have only been in this box for like 2-3 months. So I might leave them there just a little bit longer. They do feel more like potentially something something I would wear in the fall because they're quite vampy. So if I want to pull together a more vampy type of look, these are perfect for that, but I don't expect I'll have an occasion for that in the height of summer. They're also not made of materials that I really want to wear during the summer when I'm just absolutely sweating my face off. So having them kind of on standby in this box might be a better option for now. This is my two-piece set that I made a couple years ago, very summery. I really like this set, but it isn't typical of my style, so I don't really know, but I don't want to part with it. Not sure. Okay. Oh, I was wondering where this skirt was, but not necessarily because I wanted to wear it, but just because I wanted to know where it was. This is going to stay in the box because I think I'll be able to make a better decision about it in the fall. All right, this, however, the last time I tried this on, it does not really fit over my butt. But I literally just a year ago finally did alterations to make it fit better at the bust. So I might alter this. I am considering cropping it into a shirt. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. So I'm gonna set this aside. I don't have an alterations pile. I'll put it with the jeans. Here's another one that I think I'm finally ready to let go of. I loved this little cropped cardigan to death. I love the color. Wait, actually, no, now that I'm holding it, I'm changing my mind. Maybe. I don't know. You know what? Let me try it on because it might not fit across the bust anymore. I'm gonna try this on. I thought of a way that I want to try wearing this top the other day, but now I can't remember what it was. Just another plain button down. The color's kind of whatever on me. I was thinking about dyeing it, but I'm not sure. And then just a plain gray cardigan that I've had forever, but I can't seem to part with. And I might need it for an event coming up. So jury is still out on that one. So let's see. There are 2 items from the box that I'm definitely getting rid of. 2 that need to go into winter storage. A couple I need to try on. 1 to alter. A couple I'm putting back up in the closet, and then a few I'm gonna put back in the box just because they've only been there a couple months and I want to give myself a little bit more time to see if I miss them. Honestly, I think closer to a year is a good amount of time to have something put away. I think giving myself the full year feels a little bit better just because that gives every opportunity for different events or different weather. You know, if we go to the beach that year, maybe I'll get to wear some of these things. You know what? That's what I should do for this guy, because every year I'm like, man, this is so cute and summery, I should wear it. And then it just doesn't really feel, it just feels like too much. It's very on the nose as far as the tropical print. It's really hard to part with stuff that you've made yourself. That's all I'm saying. So I'll probably break this guy back out later in the summer if we go to the beach. Let me put that away and then we can start moving winter stuff into winter storage where it belongs. Okay, well, first things first, before I can fit any more winter clothing things in the winter clothing box, I have to take the last bit of summer stuff out of there. There still might not be enough space because, sweaters. I still have not taken out my summer gingham items that I made. To be honest, I don't know that I really want to wear this as is. I don't know, we'll see. I still have some fabric left over from making this that I would be kind of tempted to make a bodice and just attach it to make this a full dress. I'm not sure. I will just hang this up for now and see if I wear it as is. If not, I might alter it. And then this one, oh, it's one of my favorites. It's so stinking cute, but again, I don't wear frilly, bright colored stuff all that much right now, but you know, nothing wrong with having a little variety. And then we've got my green dress that I wear to the Renfaire a lot. I do like to wear this just around the house, but usually with a sweater over top. And then I've got my Dixie cup one shoulder top that I made and a little white cardigan. I think I got this from the clothing swap last year, and I kind of already have a feeling I'm not going to need it. That's it. That's literally all that was left. So there's definitely not enough space for the rest of the winter items I have left. So let's prioritize the heaviest things. This pile here are some of my sweatshirts that I just wear around the house because if you don't know, we rent a basement apartment and we don't have control over the thermostat. It gets really cold down here in the summer sometimes, even when I have the door wide open to let in some air. Ya girl is freezing down here, so sweaters for the summer. I might see if some of these can fit in my long sleeve t-shirt drawer, and if not, I'll just stack them back on top of the winter box that's down at the bottom. It is a nice little bit of a shelf down there, just having the box there. But these two are some lightweight sweaters that I'm not gonna use in July. I wish. I just wore this in a recent video and I think it's really cute, but I'm always like, Do I really like this, or do I just like the idea of it because the embroidered flowers are so cute? I could put this in the for later box. All right, these are some trousers I just thrifted, but it's way too hot right now to wear them, so these are gonna get put away. Another thin sweater, not gonna wear that right now. Dang nabbit. Oh, I made a mess. And I almost forgot about this cardigan. One of my faves, so cute, but it's very warm, not gonna be worn in the summer either. So let me put this away. Okay, I'm running out of space. So what I have left to put away for wintry items are these two things, and then a bunch of blouses. So if I can't fit the blouses in the box, what I might do is just put them toward the back of the rack, toward the back of the closet, just so that they're taking up that weird space in the back where stuff gets forgotten about, because I don't need immediate access to it right now. I think that's what I'll do. All right, well, that's barely gonna fit. That'll have to do. And you can go all the way to the back. Which is also where I have my two mini skirts and then two blazers that I really like, but don't have frequent occasion to use. Extra hangers. Let me move these guys up. So I did decide just to put my summer sweatshirts back down at the bottom on top of the green box again. They felt kind of bulky to be tucked away in one of the smaller drawers, which I'm not going to be going through today. Those are like my super casual tank tops, t-shirts, leggings. I've already gone through them. Nothing exciting in there. But yeah, they felt crammed in there because the drawers are pretty small. I've got everything hung up, I think. Oh, why are you just falling off? Hello? And I feel like it looks pretty cohesive except for two things. My gingham. Oh, and this guy here, my random like 70s top that I made. And I do think I'm going to put this top in the Purgatory box for now. I don't have any intentions of getting rid of it, but I also don't know if I'm going to wear it. So I think rather than taking up valuable space on the rack here, it might make more sense to have it out of the way but still accessible. So that's kind of what I've been using the Purgatory box for as well, is not just stuff that I'm like, I think I might want to get rid of this, but let me make sure. Sometimes it's stuff that I'm like, I don't think I want to get rid of it. I might want to wear it this season, but it doesn't make sense to have it fully out, but I still want it accessible just in case, so I don't want it like tucked away. It's kind of a nice middle ground of easily in reach but not taking up valuable space. Then what I have left here in the tower is pretty much just cardigans and then layering pieces, but I think I need to go through those as well. So let me show you what I mean. And actually, let me move some of these cardigans down. These are bulky. I don't know if I'll use these during the summer because they're pretty thick, but just in case. And then some of my more lightweight or see-through cardigans. And then here I have other layering pieces. So I've got my white skirt that I use as a petticoat. This is a dress that I use more like a shift or a chemise. This is another white dress that kind of serves the same function. I don't know that I need this one though. I don't really love the shoulders. Like the shape of the sleeves doesn't really suit my bone structure or my body very much. Ooh, I wonder, could I make it sleeveless? Because I like the rest of the dress. You know what? Let's see if we can make this a sleeveless dress. Or I could dye it a different color because I already have a white layering dress. We're gonna see about doing something with it. This is a little cotton black top for layering. Where am I gonna put my shorts? Another layering top. This is a quarter sleeve top that is good for layering. So I could leave these hanging up, but because I typically use them to layer under other things, I felt like it just saved space here and made use of the empty shelves on this center tower since all the sweaters are put away. So then that leaves this for my shorts, which I need to try on. All right, let's tackle these shorts. Let's tackle these daggone shorts. I have a lot of extra hangers though, which is good. I mean, I do have a few items of clothing in the other room that are awaiting alterations or repairs, but not as many as I have hangers. Alrighty, let's get to these shorts. I'm pretty sure I tried these on recently. These are fine. These are my very basic free assembly Walmart shorts that I got several years ago, and they're nothing special, but I do know that these fit. They're my go-to like throw on because I needed to wear something shorts. So these are fine. These are not going anywhere. These, however, my cotton on shorts that I got off Poshmark last summer. Oh, they're such a cute style. They're very high-waisted, very retro. I can guarantee that they're not going to fit right now, so I'm not even going to put myself through that. They were bordering on too tight last summer. I know they're not going to fit right now. I don't want to like wait around for them to fit because I am more physically active during the summer, so it's highly possible that by the end of the summer they will fit. But like, why? You know, like for why? I don't even like wearing shorts that much. I might reposh these or just give them away. And then a semi-similar issue with these that I altered last summer. I took them in because they were too big at the waist. So they do fit at the waist, but the problem with taking in things at the waist is that the zipper can sometimes then be too small of an opening to accommodate getting it over my hips and butt. If you're pear shaped, you know the conundrum. So these are a little tricky to get on because of taking them in. Hold on, you know what? Let me just try. Let me just. Now that I have them on, I'm remembering what else it was. I think they just kind of are a little boxy and boyish on me in a way that I don't care for. Boxy and boyish can be super cute, can be a really cute style, but I don't think it's my style. That was way too much work to put on a pair of shorts. Entirely too much work. I don't want to work that hard for shorts. And then these were a hand-me-down that I don't think I tried on, or I did, but it was a while ago. So let me just double check. I think these are fine. I think these will be fine. Yeah, these feel okay. Honestly, 2 pairs of denim shorts is plenty because I don't really wear shorts. These are merely just a functional necessity for summertime around here. I was gonna try this on, but you know what? This has been in the Purgatory box for a while, and I haven't thought about it until picking it up just now. Like, there is a lot that I like about it, but I think I'm just ready to part with this. I've used this for years, so I've gotten a lot of use out of it, so this will be for my eventual clothing swap later this summer. And then I think this guy will also be put in the Purgatory box because I just can't decide. I think it's very, very cute, but maybe it's just that it's a little bit too cutesy. Like, it's cute, but it's cutesy cute. And I like a sprinkling of cutesy, not a hefty dash of it. And that's a little bit much, but we'll see. I'm gonna put it away, see if I miss it. So I think that covers my first 3 orders of business. I put away my winter stuff, went through the Purgatory box, did a little bit of reorganization and declutter. So I've got 2 items that might be altered, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items to give away, which leaves us with my wardrobe planning checklist. So if you recall, previously I made a collage to kind of give myself a very quick visual summary of what I'm aiming for. I thought about making an updated summer version because I do lean a little bit lighter in my color palette in the summer. So that might mean things like a random light gingham or lighter florals. And I also love wearing a long white dress, but I really haven't been feeling like it's necessary to make a whole other collage. I think it's fine. I think the visual essence of this collage still holds true, just in a slightly lighter color palette, so I'm not gonna worry about that. And then as far as my clothing wish list, my shopping wish list, to be perfectly honest, I have not thought about this for a couple of months because it's been so busy in a way that is kind of good. I've been so focused on other things that shopping has not been top of mind. So what I have tackled is getting a black sweater. I guess technically I have also acquired a black sleeveless dress. I'm wearing it right now, but this one does not lend itself very well to being used as a pinafore. So this was an excellent thrift find. I believe it's mostly linen. Really needs pockets added to it, but I still think I want to make one that more closely fits the vision in my head. I did not even have a thought to spare for a red dress, which I thought I would want to add in the spring to wear through the summer. I still would like one, but it just hasn't been a priority. I did tackle making corset tops as far as getting a black and white crop tank top. I don't really find those at the thrift store, so I just went with the most time efficient and cost efficient option for that, and I just bought a couple online. And those are going to be things that I wear constantly throughout the summer. My summer uniform tends to be tank top, long skirt. And then I did acquire a replacement for the black leggings that were damaged that I mentioned before. So there's been a few things that I have managed to get, and I have reviewed this to make sure that these things still line up with what I want and where I'm going with my closet. So far, I think they do. I might just have to shift around my timeline based on the season. And then some of these, the more that time goes on, I'm like, yeah, I'm not finding that at a thrift store because it just isn't there. So I'm probably gonna look at making some of these things. So I'm not gonna get super deep into this, but this is still a thing. I am still using it. Yeah, that's about it as far as that goes. That is my closet switchover for the summer. Let me know if you guys want a sewing, crafting, DIY projects discussion planning video for the summer. I think I have more home improvement than sewing that I want to do this summer, but a lot of you guys seem to really enjoy my fall and winter planning discussion. Obviously, I don't get to everything on my list, but it's fun to just brainstorm and daydream. So let me know if you want that, because I'm not gonna waste time filming and editing it if nobody wants it. I do have a lot more thrift flips and alterations I am planning to do to share with you guys coming down the road, so stay tuned for that over the summer. Leave a sun emoji down in the comments if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Thank you so much for hanging out for this more casual organization video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see ya when I see ya. Bye!